Welcome to the channel. Do you know the real story of Leonidas, the Spartan king who resisted the immense Persian army for 3 days at the Pass of Thermopylae? Surely, upon hearing his name, many of you think of the movie 300, based on the graphic novel by Frank Miller. But today we are going to separate legend from reality and discover who Leonidas really was and what happened in that epic battle. So get ready, because this story is full of bravery, strategy, and sacrifice. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and stay until the end to discover the whole truth. Let's begin. Sparta, a militarized city. In the 5th century BC, Sparta was one of the most important city-states in Greece, along with Athens, Corinth, and Thebes. But unlike them, Sparta had no acropolis or walls. Why? Because its inhabitants believed that their army was their best defense. From the age of 7, Spartan children were separated from their families and taken to the agoge, a brutal training system that prepared them for war. Their education included extreme physical exercises, learning to use weapons, iron discipline, and blind obedience. They were given little food, forcing them to steal to survive. But if they were discovered, they were not punished for stealing, but for being caught. And the Spartan women? They were also physically trained, but their mission was not to fight, but to give birth to strong children. They were expected to be tough and unsentimental. At the age of 20, Spartans became soldiers and could serve in the army until they were 60. Leonidas. Who was he really, Leonidas? I belonged to the Achaemenid dynasty and ascended the throne in the year 490 BC at the age of 50, after the death of his half-brother Cleomenes. His name meant descendant of a lion. To strengthen his power, Leonidas married Gorgo, daughter of Cleomenes, with whom he had at least one son, Pleistarchus. Under his reign, Sparta faced the greatest threat in its history, the Persian invasion of Xerxes II. The Persians and the war against Greece. To understand the Battle of Thermopylae, we must go back to the Battle of Marathon in 490 BC. The Persian king Darius I tried to invade Athens, but was defeated. 10 years later, his son Xerxes gathered a colossal army to avenge the humiliation. How many soldiers did Xerxes have? According to Herodotus, more than 2 million. According to modern historians, around 200,000. Before attacking, Xerxes sent emissaries to the Greek cities demanding earth and water as a symbol of submission. What did the Spartans do? They threw the emissaries into a well and told them, "Take the earth and water yourselves." Leonidas's plan? To resist at Thermopylae. The Persian army advanced towards Greece, and Leonidas decided to stop them at a narrow pass between the sea and the mountains. Thermopylae. But there was a problem. It was the month of August, and in Sparta they celebrated the Carnia, a religious festival during which it was forbidden to go to war. The ephors, the Spartan magistrates, allowed Leonidas to march with a small elite contingent, 300 Spartans. But they were not alone. A total of 7,000 soldiers from other Greek city-states accompanied them. The Pass of Thermopylae was only 15 meters wide at its narrowest point. It was the perfect place to offset the Persian numerical superiority. The last stand of Leonidas. When Leonidas learned that they were surrounded, he ordered most of the Greek soldiers to retreat. But he and his 300 Spartans stayed to fight to the end, along with 700 Thespians and 400 Thebans. The battle was brutal. The Spartans resisted until their weapons broke and fought with their bare hands and teeth. Leonidas fell pierced by Persian spears. His body was beheaded and his head impaled on a spike on Xerxes' orders. The legacy of Thermopylae. Did the Persians win? Yes, but at a very high cost. Barely a month later, the Greeks defeated Xerxes at the naval Battle of Salamis. The following year, the Persians were defeated at the Battle of Plataea and permanently expelled from Greece. Leonidas became a symbol of courage and sacrifice. His remains were recovered 40 years later and buried in Sparta with honors. Conclusion. The story of Leonidas and the 300 is not just a war story, but a lesson in determination, leadership, and sacrifice. What do you think of this story? Do you think Leonidas made the right decision? Leave your opinions in the comments. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. See you in the next episode of History. Thanks for being there.